Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Don't miss out on our comic book creator interviews, including our monthly Chichester chats with comic book legend DG Chichester, superhero movie brackets in our search for the worst comic book movie of all time, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Luca Parrott, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks Podcast.
In brightest day,
in blackest nights,
No evil shall escape my sight.
that those who worship evil's might.
beware my power.
Green Lantern's light. Hello and welcome back to another episode of Sector 2814, the Green Lantern Podcast. I am Phil. Joining me as always, Master of the Core, it is.
Hey, I'm Will, everyone.
And Master of the Practical Joke. Oh, we'll get there, man. He's getting shipped out. It is.
Well, what about Master of the Haircut? I got my notice.
That's right.
Long hair.
It's like
Dude,
a
people at work are like, "What did you do?" And I'm like, "Oh, I trimmed my mustache." They're like, "Oh, okay. I thought something was different." Bro, my hair was like to my shoulders. I mean, sometimes my computer slips. You can't always see it in the shot, I guess. But
You'll have to check that hair to your work.
yeah.
Oh my lord, you look. That's right. You look like a Chris Hemsworth from Thor Ragnarok. Come on.
Well, yeah.
It's my friend.
Before and after. Yeah. Or well, I was Thor from Endgame prior to this. But,
He's a friend from work. All right, so, all right, let's get into this. Oh, hey, I wanted to show you guys this, especially you, Will. Couple months back, I got a set of Justice League socks, but they're too warm. I wasn't gonna wear them in the warmer weather and have my feet sweat. But it was they were in the bargain bin at Walmart. I think it was like $6 for what was it, 5 or 6 pair of socks. Guess who's in the pack?
Our buddy Hal. Yay.
That's right. It has Batman, Superman, Flash, Green Lantern, Wonder Woman, I think Cyborg. Yeah.
And I was showing you earlier, I've been trying to pick up.
No Guy Gardner?
No!
The ultimate Justice Leaguer?
One punch, man. One punch. I picked up Green Lantern, a celebration of 75 years, which is a pretty cool hardcover. It's got lots of reprints, lots of good stories in it. And then I picked up, I'm not going to read it yet because I need to read after War of the Green Lanterns through this, so I got to catch up. But Green Lantern Lights Out, which is, I've heard lots of good things about Robert Venditti on Green Lantern.
Yeah, he had a decent run.
I'm looking forward to getting to those eventually. Before we get to them, which is going to be much longer.
Yeah. And you know what else you have to look forward to soon? Green Lantern.
Number 8. It will be here soon.
Yes. Closing in on the end of the month.
I'm hoping that some of these start working again. That would be cool.
Yeah. I mean, it's good. You get some Jon Stewart, and then you get a bunch of the Lanterns whose wings don't work. They're on Oa, trying to get to the weapons, and the United Planets are no, you can't be going running amok, and Joe has to settle everyone down.
She's been pretty good at that so far.
They're like, why who put you in charge? She's like, I'm the only one with a working ring. What do you think?
The Guardians put me in charge, so zip it.
It seems like there may be a conspiracy, that whole exploding battery and everything. I won't spoil who may be behind that, but
okay. I do.
It wasn't Sinestro, or else he would have carved his name on that planet.
That's right. But speaking of Sinestro, there was a good short, 15-minute video that was posted on the Green Lantern Reddit. I think it's the Green Lantern Reddit, where he talks about Sinestro's motivations and why he is. And it was a really deep dive into his psyche and why he thinks the way he thinks and does what he does. And it was really interesting. I'll send you guys the link later, but it was It was really cool.
I'm assuming it's more than because he's a douche.
It is. It explains why he is. But no, it gets into the fact that he may be the master of fear, but he's afraid ultimately of letting people in. Anytime he lets his guard down and trusts, or does something bad happens. He lost Korger, he lost his wife, his child, and he lost the whole. He lost the whole planet. I mean, it's he tries something and it goes wrong, and then he reverts back and just doubles down on what he was doing before. It's a really interesting kind of character study of him, and
that damn Jordan.
Damn Jordan, yeah.
Your love-hate relationship there.
Yeah,
somehow Jordan.
Of course.
Somehow Jordan.
There, so the back seats can hear it. I was going to ask what everyone was watching and reading. Oh, hey, Will, did you see or even Matt, did you see the premiere of Star Trek Discovery last week?
No, but it's a Paramount Plus thing, yeah? Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I'll probably check it out.
Season 4.
The name of the episode was Kobayashi Maru. It was a very good episode.
Oh, yeah. All that future tech.
All that future tech, yeah.
Oh, but what starts tomorrow?
Is that Hawkeye?
First 2 episodes. Yeah.
Tomorrow. Awesome.
Yep, first 2. So, that's probably you could do good numbers this weekend.
Yeah, that's and then Foundation ended. That's been a good series too.
Oh yeah,
kind of a slow build, but it's beautiful. I mean, the design work, everything. It's a really pretty show, and I need to go back and watch it again. I think to catch some things that were there, because it jumped around a little bit. From quote unquote when it started to 34 years in the future to 120 years in the future from where they started, and it probably need to reread the books too, because it's been a little bit since I read the original trilogy, and I've never read the prequel trilogy either. Probably should do that.
And I was going to say, hey Matt, how long is the trip to the far sector? Man, you're probably gonna be watching the last 6 months of TV.
Yes. No, not much TV.
You have to make a list. What if?
What if Black Widow, Shang-Chi? I still haven't seen
Right?
Shang-Chi.
Yeah, they're cool. Yeah.
I think
I've heard some pretty good reviews of Hawkeye. Early reviews. Obviously not everybody's seen it, so because it doesn't come out till tomorrow. But I hope that's because they're sticking close to the the Fraction David Aja stuff, which was an amazing run.
I think so, because it looks like they have like Pizza Dog. Those guys look like Tracksuit Mafia and stuff. So I'm assuming, they're just gonna stick close to that. Yeah, because I think he's getting that. They said Jeremy Renner's gonna be wearing that suit.
Ah, cool. Very cool.
Maybe it'll bring us 2 Young Avengers because yes, Kate Bishop's in it.
I wonder, Young Avengers? No, they wouldn't be doing something like that, would they? I mean, they've only introduced.
In the words of Deadpool, someone who can carry the franchise for at least 10 years.
Exactly. Good old Deadpool.
Well, I mean, we can, WandaVision, we kind of saw, Wanda's kids, and so they're building up.
And we've seen a certain time traveling tyrant.
Oh yeah. Oh, we're gonna get a young
Iron Lad.
Yeah. And what's his face? Who was that? Is that Isaiah Bradley's grandson in Falcon and Winter Soldier?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, I wonder if they're gonna do it.
Probably.
Let's see anything else new in the worlds of entertainment. I haven't seen it yet, but the new isn't the new Ghostbusters out?
Oh yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, I think we might go this weekend sometime.
Cool. Let me know, because I mean we're still shying away from we're in the South. We're still shying away from the cinema experience.
Yeah,
i.e. being around lots of people.
Yeah, Luke and I were talking about going. I mean, we're both off till next Tuesday, so maybe even if we go Monday morning, maybe there'll be nobody there. I'm trying to think anything else new. No, I just can't wait for Hawkeye.
I think that's gonna.
Is that tomorrow?
Yeah, first 2 episodes. Yep.
Nice.
Very nice.
Load 'em up for
Yeah,
your
I'm
trip
looking
to
forward
Far
to
Sector.
that.
Oh yeah,
Far Sector.
That's right, kids. Matt Kona gets to meet the Owen disciplinarian board soon here.
Mm.
I don't know what he did, but pants the Guardian or something.
Gambit was not happy.
I finally wear pants for the first time in like a million years, and then you pull them down for the whole core. How dare you? All right, should we get to these issues?
Sounds good to me.
All right. So I believe there is a certain order to these, because tonight we're doing Darkstars 29 and 30, and I believe Green Lantern 61 slides right in the middle.
Yeah, I think it goes Darkstars 29, Green Lantern 61, and then Darkstars 30.
Yep. All right, so begins with Darkstars number 29 of March 1995. And look at this title. Sounds like something Kona would write. Blood, Sweat, and Fears. Writer Michael Jan Friedman, penciler Mike Collins, inker Ken Branch, colorist Linda Medley, letterer Bob Pinaha, and editor Paul Kupperberg.
Now, before we get started on this one, Darkstars ended at number 38. Is that right?
I believe so, yes.
Okay, so there's just like 8 issues left after we read these two.
Yeah, there's not too many left, so.
Yeah, it kind of feels like it's coming to an end. Do you get that feeling, or is it just because we know it?
Yeah, I don't know, because it seems like we're kind of pushing a lot of those other Darkstars out the door. We're focusing on Donna. It seems like we're getting some John Stewart, but that Colin Ferris, man, he's still hanging in there somewhere far, far away. Yeah. So what was that? Was that just like, I don't know? It's like we don't want to sweep everything away from the earlier issues, or
I don't know. It feels like they're making him a. It feels like they're making him a special Darkstar, because the rest of the Darkstars are pretty much interchangeable, but he's going to have a super suit from a different universe. So he's going to be a special Darkstar.
And as we get to in this issue, it's like, if we get rid of Colin Ferris, it's like, we're getting rid of that would be getting rid of all the old Darkstars that basically Donna and
that have been on the title for 3 years, basically, almost, or 2.5.
All right, so this one, yes, because kids, Carla White quits the Darkstars to become a lawyer again. Mo Douglas is asked by John Stewart to help protect a group of alien refugees. Donna Troy seeks comfort from Cal Rayner after losing custody of her son. And that was the issue. Oh, yeah, they didn't even mention Colin Ferris in that summary.
Yeah.
He was basically taken prisoner and wherever he's at, and then he gets freed by these alternate Darkstars.
By the rebels, yeah.
Rebel scum.
Who's fighting his evil tyrant doppelganger.
Yeah.
Mirror universe. Sorry.
But does it seem like too? I mean, except for the Colin Ferris stuff, and the little bits we get of John Stewart. I mean, we're focusing heavily on Donna, and we're kind of bringing the Darkstars a lot of it back to Earth. It seems,
Yeah.
because we kind of brought Green Lantern back to Earth and focused
Totally.
on Earth, and
Mhm.
So do you think they're like, oh, people aren't buying the way out there cosmic stuff, so we need to inject some more Earth into this?
Who knows at this point? I mean,
Especially if Green Lantern's selling at this point, if the sales are up, maybe they're like, oh, maybe that we need to do something like that.
yeah, maybe. I mean, hard to say.
And maybe that's why we're and it's like, oh, hey, let's get Donna to date Cal. We can get Cal Rayner in this book. They're together in the Titans book. So
Yeah, that doesn't last too long, does it?
I believe it doesn't last till like 80s.
Oh, so it does. So it's like
I
a
think,
couple of years
yeah.
worth. Okay.
Yeah, I'd say probably at least 2 years. Yeah. And then she's abruptly gone.
And then she's abruptly gone. This is like a relaunch of Titans or something, right?
Maybe, yeah, that might be it. But yeah, I mean, again, we just get Jon Stewart doing like clerical work, basically, just like helping
hmm
It's like, oh, hey, what do you need me for? I have Green Lantern experience, I have Guardian experience. Yeah, we need you to
appoint some
hire-
Darkstars to help people. Yeah, hire some help.
Yeah. we need you hiring people. Yeah. Yeah, can you do the interviews thing? Which is
Jon Stewart, Darkstar HR.
And is there even a central command at this point? Because I mean, we really don't see anybody besides these Darkstars.
No, I mean the controller, basically went and grabbed John, after he woke up, and his ring was gone or something. But we haven't really seen the controllers at all after that.
Mm-mm. I was going to say, you think they're running for their lives from Hal Jordan?
No, because he's hitchhiking through Texas. Sorry.
Do they know
Spoilers.
Do they know that though? I mean, again, yeah, it's just a lot. This issue, a lot of again, we see those two those two Darkstars quit. We see Colin Ferris fighting. What is that? Like an alternate universe?
Yeah, it's a parallel universe or the next number up on the dial. I don't know what it is.
The mirror universe, it literally was almost like a transporter accident. So
yeah, it's true.
But yeah, and then a lot of just Donna like, oh, I'm going to lose custody of my son. Oh, Kyle, help us boost numbers on this book.
Hey, and let's fly to Mars.
So was everyone trying to boost their numbers with Kyle Rayner? Because I mean, last issue of Green Lantern, he was crossed over with Guy Gardner. The next issue, he's crossing over with Darkstars.
I don't know. That's an interesting question. I don't know if it was him helping them out, them helping him out, or just trying to get him everywhere to, he's the Green Lantern now. We're going to just showcase him in every book in, the DC universe at this point.
I would assume he's helping them because, I mean, it's the new guy, so everyone's curious. He's the brand name. So.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Hey, come on, kids. Come on, over here. Come on.
So Darkstars and Guy Gardner launched the same month. But Guy Gardner lasted what till 42, 46? Between 4 and 6 months, 4 and 8 months longer than Darkstars, right?
Something like that, yeah. Here, give me a second. I can look it up on my DC Finite. Oh yeah, once again, Guy Gardner was a Green Lantern. I knew him from Justice League and stuff. So
yeah.
Guy Gardner went to 44.
44. So six issues more than Darkstars.
Plus an annual. I don't think the Darkstars ever got an annual.
I think you're right.
At least they did. It's on my app. Okay, Matt Conan, what did you think of this issue?
Darkstars to me is a blur. I mean, custody issues, courtroom battles. Everyone's wearing the same suit. I don't know any of these characters. Like you said, the chain of command is mysterious and out of control. So it's an incomplete for me. I don't know.
Drama, custody battles. What is this? Lifetime?
Yeah. Right. I mean, this was a very 90s movie trope, you know. Like, this is kind of fits in with the time period, but with some spandex thrown in.
And again, it's like if this is your first issue of Darkstars, is this really hooking your interest?
Yeah, I mean I agree.
It's basically personnel changes. I mean, you get a little action with Colin Ferris, but besides that, it's like it's really just talking and unless they're banking on the hey, you know, this is going to cross over the next issue of Green Lantern, so maybe you want to pick it up.
Yeah, yeah, I guess. And it was a weird jump, at least when I was reading it, into the Green Lantern issue. It's like, hey, they're in Kyle's apartment. Hey, they're flying through the air and she's shooting at him. What? Huh? I mean, come on.
Gotta get some action. I don't know. So, any other thoughts on this, or should we get to the Green Lantern issue?
Rock
Yeah,
on,
let's pack a lunch and
a picnic lunch and go to Mars.
lay out the blanket.
To Mars. All right, so like we said, at the end of the Darkstars, Donna goes to the cow and it's like, oh, they're gonna take my son away. So then we open up Green Lantern 61, April 95, Picnic. These titles not subtle. Writer Ron Mars, penciler Andy Smith, inker Romeo Tangle, colorist Steve Matson, letterer Albert de Guzman, and editor Kevin Dooley. Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna have to discuss what we were discussing offline, Will, about this issue.
Yeah.
Let's see. Cal and Donna take a picnic on Mars while being watched by Darkseid. He is interested in this last of the Green Lantern Corps and sends Calabac to confront him and see if he will be a threat. Calabac and his dog soldiers are defeated by Cal and Donna. Meanwhile, in the middle of nowhere, Texas, Hal Jordan hitches a ride.
I, of course, love Hal Jordan.
Parallax. You mean parallax?
Oh, driving Hal.
That's right.
Hey, we don't know that yet. Retcon, we don't know that yet.
I know it's technically not. Well, it's a retcon though, so I'm incorporating it into the continuity now.
I know. Or we can focus on Calabac and the dog soldiers.
Yeah.
All right. So, Matt, me and Will were talking. We were saying, you know, do you remember Quasar 59, that fill-in issue with Star Fox and Thanos?
Yeah, the only non-Grunwald condition.
Written by Ron Mars, art
Yeah.
by Andy Smith.
Yeah, I was gonna say, does this issue remind you of that at all? It's written by the same guy. It's drawn by the same guys. There's some similar plot elements. You know, battle on the planet, Darkseid instead of Thanos.
It is somewhat similar. Yes, I would agree with that.
Or Calabac instead of Thanos. I don't know. And you said you saw similar pose as well, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the art wasn't bad. It's just, you know.
Well, it wasn't Daryl Banks.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
not
Daryl
Daryl
Banks. He's pretty freaking awesome.
Oh yeah. So I wonder if he was busy or if they were, you know, maybe they were like giving him time to do the next 3 issues.
Yeah, who knows?
Because
I mean, but you know, honestly, you know, you make a good point. This does kind of feel like a fill-in, right?
maybe. Do you think? Oh, I wonder if they hit. Do you think they hit him with this at the last second? They're like, "Oh, hey, Ron, can you write like a fill-in to like crossover with Darkstars?" It's like, oh, okay.
Potentially. I mean, who knows? I mean, it's because it doesn't really. move kind of Green Lantern along much. I mean, this could happen pretty much, at any time, except it has to happen right after Darkstars 29, except for that. But it does have that kind of unhooked from continuity kind of aspect to it. It's just kind of this story that happens there, right? And
Well, those last few pages gave us continuity.
that's true. We did get some continuity. Next issue, we get, Ganthet's tale.
Again?
Again? I thought we already went over that one.
The title's Picnic. I mean, I thought it would have been better if they went with that, what's on the cover, To Hell and Calabac.
That was a good play on words. And do you think that Green Lantern's lady friend ain't no Calabac girl?
I need you to send at least one of those in a week when you're in the far sector, okay?
I'm gonna. I could try to send some transmissions. Yeah, make sure to power my ring, of course.
Yeah, take a battery, man. Take a battery.
Yeah.
But yes, that cover gets a Matt Kona seal of approval for the play on words.
But yeah, I mean, there's, and there doesn't seem to be a lot of meat to this. It's the pages, the panels per page seem to be pretty low, and it just doesn't seem like a lot of story, which kind of, I think, also lends itself to feeling like a fill-in issue.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, yeah, they asked it. I don't know if this was a last minute thing or they just like, hey, we need to do a fill in to help the Darkstars out, man. Okay, here's my question. Will already, you're the expert. Why is Hal taking his good old time crossing the country?
Because he had done it before.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Hard traveling maniac. Yeah.
Hard traveling fear monster. I
was going to say to drag it out to get sales up, but oh, that's a good answer.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, see, and I don't even remember what happened after Oa exploded to put him, walking across, middle of nowhere, Texas.
Well, wasn't it last issue? They just show like a green comet or something crashed the Earth, and it's him.
Yeah, that may have been it.
They show the boot. Yeah, I don't think they really give you the behind the scenes of what he did between exploding and him dropping back down to Earth.
Well, and we had the original Hard Traveling Heroes, by Denny O'Neil and Neil Adams, 76 through 89, and then, the beginning of this volume of Green Lantern, was, the road back with Hal, and I'd forgotten how slow it was until we read it again.
Tradition, yeah. He does like to drag it out on the road, yeah.
Yeah, so there we go.
Or yeah, okay, Will, how about you can do fan cast it in your head and be like, okay, maybe that's Hal fighting back. He's like trying to slow Parallax down or something, or
he wins in the end. It's
gonna take him another 9 years, but yeah,
we'll get there. We'll get there, man.
But yeah, I mean, again, like we were saying, even just like that Quasar issue, it's like just like a big punch 'em up for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
Darkseid setting his son test this last Green Lantern.
Yeah. There's a lot of good roasting of Darkseid's son.
Yes.
I don't even know what species you are. Big things.
Yeah, why isn't he gray and stony faced like, his dad?
He's mixed. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, maybe it skips a generation.
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly, and I know this is going to sound heretical, but I've never been a fan of the New God stuff. It's just it doesn't work for me.
Yeah, no, I feel the same way. I'm even that way kind of with Eternals too, like the comics and stuff. So
I mean, and it works for a lot of people, and that's great. It just doesn't work for me. I could probably write a dissertation on it, so I won't. Anyway, it just doesn't work for me. I know, and if it works for you, great, more power to you. But it's not for me.
Well, that's why I said like I enjoyed Tom King's Mr. Miracle, because that's like the first time like I really cared about any of that, like, what was that, Fourth World stuff or whatever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I was like, yeah, it's not bad. All right, I was just looking up Calabax's history. I was gonna say I don't know who his mother is. His mother, Sully, Suli, was killed by Desaad, acting under orders from Calabax's grandmother, Queen Hegra. Maybe he's adopted.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, Calabac. Oh no, maybe he's not. Calabac was often pitted against Orion, and after numerous clashes, they learned that they were half brothers. So maybe it is Darkseid's kid. I don't know. Yeah, because Calabac's always jealous because even though he works against them, Darkseid clearly favors Orion over Calabac.
Yeah.
Family again.
Fathers,
what is his
fathers
life?
and sons?
What is his lifetime? Anyone have any other thoughts on this one?
I got nothing, man.
Not really. I don't know if we're gonna. Do we see more Calabac in the world after this? I mean, he seems to be very sheepishly dismissed by dear old dad at the end.
I know he shows up again, but I just don't remember where, because I don't think he shows up in Green Lantern, at least not for a good long while.
Does Darkseid show up again in Green Lantern, or is this just kind of drop?
Well, remember, it's like a new character. Remember, like around 75. What is that? Like another new son of Darkseid? What is that? What's his face? I forget his name, but I swear they like introduce a new character, and I don't know if he's like another son of Darkseid's.
Oh wow, I've forgotten I read a lot of these. So
hold on, I'm trying to look this up so I can.
So you wonder if Calabac, sorry, if he comes Calabac, there we go.
Oh yeah, issue 75. It's you remember they introduced it, was that Graven? Graven.
Oh yes, I remember that character. Yes.
So then another man, that Darkseid, man, he's really populating the galaxy, isn't he?
Lots of new gods.
worse than Kraven the Hunter, man. Every time you turn around, there's like another Kraven son. Oh, did you guys see? Okay, since these issues are so entertaining, did you guys see the new Spider-Man trailer?
I have not yet seen it. No.
They had some new stuff. Yeah, again, I can't wait. It looks good.
Yeah. When's that coming out?
I think it's the 17th. It's like a 1 week before Christmas. Yeah. So that'll probably dominate like the last half of December.
I would imagine.
See how many cameos we get. Oh, I think they said it's not out on Blu-ray yet, but I think I don't know if you have to buy it, but I thought I saw something about Venom 2 being on digital already or something.
Oh, cool.
There was a commercial for it. Let there be carnage. All right, so any other thoughts on Green Lantern 61?
I got nothing, man. Matt?
No, I don't know. I thought it was fun enough, weird little bubblegum issue. Just a little distraction.
I think that's an excellent way to describe it.
Yeah.
Less filling.
Yeah.
All right, well then let's get to this last one. Let me pull it up here. Darkstars. What?
Let's get to the Darkstars feast. That's going to leave us full of something.
Darkstars number 30, April 1995. To Wake the Dead. Writer Michael Jan Friedman, penciler Mike Collins, inker Ken Brand, colorist Linda Medley, letterer Bob Pinaha. Yeah, Kupperberg. Yeah, so it's the same team as what was on 29. Wait, there's no synopsis for this? I thought this one was a little more interesting than the last one. Yeah, no synopsis. Yeah, no, so it opens up. There's Cal and Dawn are still on Mars, and then Martian Manhunter shows up and be like, why are you having a picnic on the graveyard of my entire race? Oops.
Yeah, John seemed a little uncharacteristically cranky in this issue.
Well, maybe if someone was having a picnic on the graves of everyone you ever knew.
Yeah, I'd probably be cranky too. Yeah.
Okay, I was thinking of this when I was reading this. I'm like, does Cal have a thing about taking women to like sites of like mass death? Because one, Mars. Every time we took Alex to that beach, we were always like, man, it's like that seems like it's pretty close to Coast City or what used to be Coast City.
Yeah.
So does he have a thing about like romantic encounters next to like mass genocide?
I don't know. We should look into that perhaps. We'll keep a running tally as we go through the rest of the series.
I was gonna say, Ron Mars, sir. Although he didn't write this one. I was gonna say it came pretty quick, so I don't think they had time to get mail. But it's like I could see after that Green Lantern issue, someone being like, "Hey, aren't they just like having fun on like all these dead Martians?" I like that cover. So yeah, they run into John. He's like, "What are you doing here?" He mentions Wonder Woman in the Justice League, which we'll get to during the Way of the Warrior crossover. Guy Gardner, Justice
Don't
League.
oversell it. Don't oversell it to us, Phil. Don't oversell it.
I didn't even read it. I didn't even read it yet, but I'm just like, oh boy, it could be 90s goodness. But we won't get to that till the beginning of January. So hopefully Coda should be back from Far Sector by then. Again, we get some Darkstars leaving. Get more Colin Ferris. And ooh, this suit's more powerful. But it hurts.
But it's a good hurt.
Oh. And then I guess, yeah, then Martian Manhunter, Donna, and Cal see. What are these people? Oh, they're like raising the planet.
Yeah, it's the consortium. Is that the bad guys?
I think so, yeah.
Or no, not the consortium, the
Syndicate.
Syndicate, thank you.
Yeah. Same difference.
Yeah.
Generic 90s word.
And sorry, this has one of my pet peeves.
Okay. Just
I am bad guy. But dude, you should have done something different. Die, lackey. I'm bad guy. I mean, it's how many people are going to work for you if you randomly kill them? I mean, this could go back to, Joker.
Well, yeah, that's always my argument. It's like, I'm like, Joker must have a hell of a dental plan. I mean, people still work for that guy. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't want to get too political, but I was going to say, oh, people worked for Trump.
Yeah. That is true.
Because if the money's good enough, man, people will take that risk, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you've got 3 superheroes coming at you. But yeah, it seems like they're just like tearing down like all these like Martian buildings and stuff, and John's like, it's all up to my people. But yeah, John wasn't I don't know, he wasn't too impressed with Kyle until he was outside and he catches some of those syndicate troops in that same cage again. He
designed, yeah.
Weeks ago, yeah. Michael Jan Friedman doing his homework. He's like, oh yeah, he designed
a trap for villains. Hey, I've got villains.
Everybody must have read that issue. It's like, didn't he do that in Titans that Marv Wolfman was writing? So everyone
I
must
think
have
so,
read that
yeah.
issue. Oh yeah, he designed the cage. been funny if he would have been like, "Hey, man, I tweaked the design, man. I could make this even better when I get home."
Yeah, I can charge him for redesign.
I mean, don't you think that'd be cool? Like he can like tweak the design in his head as he's like using constructs and stuff. Be like,
Yeah, that was one of the things. One of the little sequences I really loved about Rebirth was how Hal discusses,
yeah, how
as
everyone
they're fighting
uses their ring.
Parallax, how they discuss how each of them use the ring differently,
Yeah.
which I thought was really cool.
Oh yeah, I miss what remember John Stewart used to be an architect instead of just
Yeah.
like a marine.
And I think we're getting more of him being something besides a marine in the current series.
Yeah.
Because they're calling back a lot of. I mean, Thorne knows his John Stewart history, I think, exceptionally well. So
I mean, I can see Thorne doing something too, where it's like, yeah, he not only did he shut off like that guardian portion of his brain, he shut off other portions too. So they will bring that architecture back. But yeah, they defeat the Syndicate soldiers, and they're like, who are they saying? Oh, we'll send someone to come pick up the bad guys. And then since all these Darkstars are quitting, Lunatics closes the Dallas office and tells her assistant, "You can come with me to the Titans headquarters
in Jersey,
that hive of scum and villainy, New Jersey."
Dallas, Jersey.
Well, me and Lilith always like tease him because Charlie's from New Jersey. We're anytime we say New Jersey, we have to hit the thing. Hive of scum and villainy. But yeah, I get what you're saying. It almost seems like they were wrapping up the series because you're getting all these like familiar Darkstars quitting and stuff, and it's like,
Colin gets his upgrade, and you just feel like he's gonna do his thing there and come back to the universe and be a special something.
And again, he's not even back in this universe. Jon Stewart's basically playing administrator, so it's basically the Donna show here.
Yeah, pretty much. Which is kind of interesting because it's not, the Donna Troy that everybody knew and loved in Titans. I mean, she's a Darkstar now, which just seems weird.
Well, it's always weird, I think, when they like take those Titans away from their friends and stuff. That's like when New 52 started. They put Cyborg on the Justice League, and it's like he was always in the Justice League. It's like, so basically, you stripped so much from that character, and you took all those friendships and the Titans away from him. I'm like, I don't care if he's in the league, but don't say he was in the league from day one.
Yeah. Wait, that's not continuity anymore, though, is it?
I don't think so. Who knows? It's like they'll never admit anymore, and they'll never do a full reboot anymore. But I think they've slowly been winding that New 52 stuff back quietly.
I mean, because Rebirth was the new, whatever. I don't know. I've got to catch up on all of that reading in Green Lantern. So,
but yeah, the last couple of years they've been winding that New 52 stuff back. Like, I'm trying to remember, there was some story I think in Batman where they mentioned the earthquake. I'm like, oh, that happened still? Yes.
Awesome continuity.
Yeah, I think they're bringing a lot of that stuff back. Oh, they're talking about doing it. I think the rumors are they're going to be doing another Death of Superman.
Really?
What?
Yeah. Because his son's out there now.
Superman? Okay. They're killing his son already?
No. Yeah, I think they're going to be killing Clark for a while, and because the son's out there, and like, yeah, he's teaming up with Nightwing in February because Tom Taylor writes both of those books. So, hey, it's sold. They're like, hey, what's the best thing we ever? What's the thing we printed that sold the best ever? Oh, Death of Superman. Let's do that again.
Do it again.
Although no one's going to fall for it this time.
Yeah, and I don't think it's going to be another slow news day. It was a perfect storm.
Oh, I remember 1992. I remember exactly when it was on. I remember watching that on the news. The lines out wrapped around comic book stores, mothers on TV. Why are they killing Superman? My baby loves Superman. I think even then I was like, he's coming back.
Yeah, I mean, of course he is.
That's like in 1988, like when they killed off Jason Todd, and like
Mhm.
half, a lot of the public who never read a comic book thought they killed off Dick Grayson. It's like, how can they kill Robin?
Because it's not the Robin you know.
Because it's that little punk.
It's the one that stole the hubcaps
And it was the
off
year
the
before that.
Batmobile.
And it was that year before that Michael Keaton Batman. So they're like, hey, he's a loner in the movie. We'll make him a loner in the comics for like a year.
Although, I mean, ultimately that did give us Tim Drake and, A Lonely Place of Dying, which was a really good little,
Oh,
Batman crossover, and the Robin series where he gets trained and
Oh yeah, they spun miniseries and an ongoing out of that. Yes.
yeah, they did indeed. And we got him back. We got Jason Todd back as the Red Hood, right? So
Oh, that's like we were talking about all those 90s books, and Lil's like, how did they ever get like an Azrael series, especially like 100 issues? I'm like, how they pitched it? It's probably like, hey, it's another book for when we do big bad crossovers.
another chapter in a crossover.
And Denny O'Neil wrote every issue, so it's like, he pushed that through.
Well, in that original Azrael series, has art by Joe Quesada. I mean, it's
I remember that too. I remember that before Nightfall. They're like, hey, this character's going to be important. You better buy this. We can't tell you why this character is going to be important, but you better buy this miniseries.
Oh, my back. Sorry.
See how interesting Darkstars is, kids? We're talking anything else.
We're talking about 90s Batman now.
Well, hey, we got to keep our fan base happy, okay?
I love Batman.
That's right. And I, of course, love Hal Jordan.
Oh, true.
I, of course, love Hal Jordan. I love Batman.
Those fanboys.
Exciting times to be a pimp.
What did you think of this issue, Matt?
Yes, Mr. Conan, what did you think of 30?
Oh, well, I was glad that Green Lantern was in this one. I liked it better than 29, I guess.
Made it a little more exciting, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I read it in the right order, I guess. I mean, I read the Green Lantern one before I read Darkstars 29, which didn't really matter that much to me, and then Darkstars 30, which just kind of picks up at the end of. I was hoping to get more. I don't know why I would expect Hal to be in this one, but it's a good cliffhanger at the end of the Green Lantern one.
Yeah, seriously, if they wanted to bump sales on this book, why didn't they have show Hal like walking across, I don't know, Arkansas or something?
Yeah.
Started in Texas, though.
That's oddly specific.
He's making his way east, man. Because even
That's
before
right.
he gets the cow, I think one of the next issues of Guy Gardner, he's sitting in the bar.
Yeah, and I did like the spaceships and I think what is clearly USS Enterprise looking ship in the middle there, and there was a Martian man.
That's like those or some of those early issues of X-Men when they introduced the Shi'ar. Like I think that, like a lot of their spaceships and like the crew, the bridge and stuff, they kind of like he ripped off a lot of Star Trek. It's just like a lot of Kirk stuff, just with the big hair.
Or it's just yeah. I mean, you set the bar so high, and that's what people associate space travel with, or even like weaponry. That's what all laser guns look like. You can't have different looking phasers and different.
There's a couple of X-Men Star Trek crossovers back in the 90s, weren't there?
I think yes, there were. I never read them, but yes, there were.
I think that there was even like a novelization or something.
I remember that Dr. McCoy spoke to Dr. McCoy, which I thought was kind of cool.
Damn it, Jim! I'm a doctor, not a mutant.
No, I am a mutant. Wait, which McCoy am I? But I think Mark Silvestri may have done the art on one of them. I'm gonna have to go back and look for those because it's been a long time since I looked through those things.
Yeah, I'd like to read them. I remember seeing the ads in a bunch of the comics at the time, but yeah, never got a chance to read them. All right. So, any other thoughts on these?
Not really.
It is what it is.
they are decidedly what they are.
They happened. 1995 happened.
1995 totally happened. I was there. I remember it.
So what's worse to you, Will? Anything that happened in the Darkstars, or just that page or two of Hal Jordan walking across Texas?
I mean, the Darkstars is both issues are competently done. The art's fine. The story's fine. It's the story's denser than it is in this issue of Green Lantern.
Yeah.
It's just that there's nothing that's. I mean, it's just okay. You know, it's not great. I need to. You know, what happens next? You know, I need to read this. It's just.
It almost seems like Darkstars are trying to do what they did in Green Lantern, but instead of like, just blowing everything up and starting with one guy, it seems like they're like, okay, this guy's quitting, this woman's quitting, this Colin Ferris, everyone thinks he's dead, so till they're basically getting down to Donna.
Yeah, but then Donna's going to get taken away as a Darkstar pretty soon because of a Titans reboot. So, and then Darkstars itself is canceled. In 8 issues after this. So
yeah, that's gonna be interesting to see how they shut that down.
Yeah.
Although I'm trying to remember when and John Stewart shows up in the Green Lantern book in like the early mid 70s, aren't they just like, oh yeah, we're all kind of our own free agents now or something? Or
yeah, I can't remember. Well, we'll have to reread those, which are on the schedule.
Yeah, that's
coming
right.
soon.
All right. Anything else, boys?
I'll miss you guys when I'm off in space. But, I will try
Take a
to
battery.
send out some transmissions. I will.
Be careful out
Don't
there,
let your
man.
ring run out of charge.
That's right. It's kind of out of date, but yeah, watch out for those yellow lambs.
Yeah.
Oh man, and safes.
Oh yeah, fucking safe, man. All right, so for next week, me and William will be here. Maybe Kona will beam us a transmission from the far sector, but next week we'll be covering Guy Gardner 29 and 30 and Action Comics 709.
Woohoo!
Guy comes to Metropolis. An out of control guy.
And we get business in the front, party in the back, Superman.
Oh yeah, mullet Superman.
Oh yeah.
1995. Oh yeah, that's a strong mullet. Yes, I think he should. Guy Gardner 29 is like when he opens the bar. So there's like a ton of like guest stars and cameos. I think Superman's there too. So
yeah,
I
think so. And 29 is a beautiful book. I think Phil Jimenez does the art. It's just an awesome book. I remember buying that and going, "This is awesome,"
Yeah, because I think Jimenez is like in that like group with like George Perez, who like are good at drawing those big group scenes and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, because I mean, freaking George Perez, man, he drew all 12 issues of Crisis on Infinite Earths, where like every DC character appeared somewhere in those 12 issues.
And then in the mid 90s, he was doing Avengers with Kurt Busiek.
Yes. Oh yeah. Speaking of Hawkeye.
Yep.
Until we left to lead the Thunderbolts.
Yep. Which is a great series too.
Oh yeah, love Thunderbolts. That original Thunderbolts, yeah.
Good stuff.
And we'll get that in the movies too someday. All right, so yes, kids, send your thoughts on the mullets. It's all coming down next week. So email us capesandlunatics@gmail.com or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can follow Sector 2814 on Facebook, on Twitter. Go join the Book of Oa, our Facebook fan group. Find links to all the social medias for all the shows we do. Find links to this YouTube channel. Yes, no, that is not Chris Hemsworth. That is Matt Kona. So you can prove it for yourself on the YouTube. Or most importantly, if you can, please subscribe to the Patreon. Once again, the Guardians are dead. We're doing this ourselves. So, again, as little as $1 helps us out. But you get original content, creator interviews. Wilf and I talk to Mr. DG Chichester every month. And then next year, we're doing superhero movie brackets, trying to find the worst superhero movie ever. So find that or merchandise. Get yourself some Capes and Lunatics or Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks merch at the store. Get everything I just mentioned all over the place. That's Linktree, linktr.ee/Capes and Lunatics. All right, Matt Kona, throw out your social media because I believe you can still check social media in the far section.
Yeah, I hope so. At Matt Kona, you'll see pictures of me in a very strange land beyond Oa, and that's on Twitter and Instagram. MATTKONA.
Anything you want to say before you leave?
Suck it, Lilith. Suck it, Lilith.
So man, yeah, this is gonna for a few weeks here. This is gonna be
See you later, bunkies.
all right. Will Allred, master of the core, master of the quantum zone, master of the creator-owned comics, and huge lover of Hal Jordan. Where can people find you?
I, of course, love Hal Jordan.
That's right. You can find me at Walred. That's at Gmail and Twitter and Facebook and probably Instagram, which I never update and need to, but I haven't done it. So you can also find Crossover Division. First 2 issues are out at crossoverdivision.com. And you can find Diary of Night at diaryofnight.com. Woo. And if you like Green Lantern, you probably, because you have excellent taste, like Quasar. You can check out all kinds of cool stuff about Quasar at the Quantum Zone, quantumzone.org.
Hey, boys, you look at the party? I love the party.
I'll put it in my navel.
Still no Quasar figure. At least
Dang
not
it.
at least not in this country. All right. So again, come back next week. Guy Gardner 2930 and Action Comics 709. Once again, I believe the Action Comics comes between 29 and 30. So
Nice.
yeah,
Got to keep us on our toes.
another crossover thing here. Boy, I wonder who was trying to boost whose sales there.
Yeah. I don't know, man. You got me.
Mullet is strong. The 95 mullet is strong. All right, join us next time. Everyone, keep in touch, including you, Matt Kona.
I will.
Remember, watch out for those picnics.